Greetings everybody. My name is Rishar Soni and I'm a chartered accountant, and I welcome you all to this panel discussion on will AI replace chartered accountants? Let's know the truth. So I would like to first begin by questioning Dr. Saurabh Maheshwari sir. First of all, give us some information with regards to what AI is, specifically how it is transforming the society in these days, and what are the things which we should look and take into account while using particular AI.
Fine. So, thank you, Soni. So, let me tell you, there's a misconception with respect to AI that's going to replace professionals. And with definition of AI also, the mindset has a different definitions altogether. So, I'll say in artificial intelligence, there is nothing artificial. It's all real. It's a real knowledge of humans. It's all real knowledge of professionals, which has been put up into the device in an artificial manner to make it artificial intelligence. That is one key part. Secondly, people who feel like AI is going to replace or any technology is going to replace humans, that's completely a myth. This has happened in 2000 also when computers have come up. This was there when technology was starting into business professions and all, and it is there today also with AI. AI is going to replace only those individuals who are not compatible with technology. So it's like people with technological capabilities will replace by people without technological capabilities. So understanding AI, using AI for your purpose to make your more than 100% is what is needed. So I believe like professionals of today have to discover their version 2.0. It's like their older version was a basic version and you have to upgrade or upskill yourself with AI tools to make yourself a new version for it. And for doing so, first is you have to assess the need from your perspective, that what are the areas, what are the work which are troubling for you, which are not effectively delivered by you. So if with each and every work you are able to extract certain AI tools or support in development of AI tools, I think that is what is needed. So with a proper implementation, it's like if you are 100% of your today, with the right AI tools, I think you will be 150% of yourself, and will be able to serve your customer with much precise needs, with much precise informations and outcomes in a much effective and faster manner with time to come.
Right.
Fine, so that is one thing. Second, as a professional, there is a lot of value addition to the market in terms of compliances, in terms of knowing the laws, which for sure AI cannot do. Because professional comes up with their own IQ, with their own intelligence.
Yeah.
And that cannot be replaced. So again, when it comes to AI and human being, there are three distinctive features of an individual which are superior than AI. One is you have a common sense, which AI will never have. You have emotions, which again AI can never have. And the third thing is creativity. So with these three features added to a professional, like a chartered accountant, like an engineer, like a doctor, who are taking the real-time solutions based on the situation, based on the case there and there itself, whereas AI is based on certain predefined data sets. So that gap will always be there. It can never be covered up. So there is no replacement of humans or no replacement of professionals with any technological tools.
Right. Thank you. Atul Gupta sir, I would like to continue adding on to the statement sir has made, that there's a difference between AI and humans, specifically in terms of IQ and EQ. I'll dwell deeper into the auditing aspect of it. There's something which is called a professional judgment. How does an auditor's professional judgment come into play while using an AI in, say, auditing?
So, being a chartered accountant by profession, I'll just continue from where Dr. Saurabh left. So, see, AI is, as we need to understand that there is an apprehension that AI probably is going to hit the profession, but that is not the case. AI will be an advanced tool that professionals can very well use for making what we may say sound judgment, evaluate substantive appropriate evidences. Just to take an example forward, like when we have to classify an investment as long-term, short-term, so our standards, both accounting and auditing standard, talk about the intent of the management. So AI will not be able to replace that assessment. That assessment is going to be done by the professional who is going to use AI as a tool. So AI has to be more enabler for creating more efficient, effective audit process, documenting substantive audit evidences, so that auditor opinion, whatever he or she gives, that opinion is valid. What I personally feel that AI is going to help reduce the audit risk for a member in profession. So to that extent, AI is not going to lead to any job loss or opportunity loss. In fact, it has to increase the opportunity available. The only aspect that Dr. Saurabh brought very correctly is that we have to gain knowledge, we have to gain understanding how AI is going to work, how AI tool is going to work. So as a professional, we have this continuing professional education learning. So we need to improve ourselves so that we understand the tool, the capability of the tool, and also how that tool we can use for better, effective, efficient audit, how we can document our audit process as well. So that is what AI is going to do. So what I feel that initial apprehension is justified as we are all humans, but as you learn through the process, as we gain understanding of the process, AI is going to be a great enabler for the audit processes. So on a long-term basis, AI is going to create more opportunities rather than reduce opportunities. Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much, sir. Narasimhan sir, I would like to follow up on what Atul sir was discussing. In today's time, the compliance framework is evolving. There's a lot of rules and regulations which come on a daily basis, which get amended, which get updated. Some of them get substituted. How do you think AI helps keeping in track with such compliance procedure, and how chartered accountants specifically can review their reporting in terms of such compliances?
See, I am Babu. Your question is about compliances.
Yeah.
Compliances, AI no way connected with the compliances, I can say. Compliances is rule defined. Okay, any ordinary programming can cover that. Compliances changes, you can incorporate it. It won't cover that actually. Where you have unstructured, that is, no algorithm can be developed. There AI can be used. The fear is auditor's judgmental fact, will it be replaced by artificial intelligence? That is the only thing we can say, right? See, here again I am telling you, whatever you are teaching to the computer, they are developing their intelligence. That is why we are calling it as the artificial intelligence. We got natural intelligence. When we born, our intelligence given by the God made us to learn slowly. How quickly we are learning at the childhood, like that. That intelligence definitely cannot overcome by AI. Judgmental, where and all judgmental is involved, auditor is required, I can say. Okay, we are going to certify it. Okay, otherwise they will get the certification from AI.
Correct.
Why they are asking for certification from us? Am I right?
Right.
Okay.
So, building on that, when we talk about professional judgment, it's kind of a benefit to the human, as we say. In terms of AI, sir, my question to you is, what is that specific differentiation between a human and an AI in terms of, see, professional judgment is something which is beneficial to AI, but what would you say in terms of audit? Say, if we conduct an audit today, it's more sample based. It's something we just select some sample and perform our procedures on that. Do you think AI will allow us to perform a comprehensive audit, thereby enhancing the quality of the professional work and also enhancing the kind of reporting which we are used to today?
First of all, why do we need or require the AI? Parallel to or identical like a human being, basically we want to train, we want to design, we want to develop the machine. Okay. Now, under the current scenario, like majority of the business organizations, they are working under the heterogeneous environment. Okay. And the fundamental vulnerability which the organizations are facing, that related to the different business domain, related to the different business vertical, like suppose if I'll consider the purchase, procurement, production. Similarly, from the auditor point of view, like organizations are doing the expansion of the business, but each and every chartered accountant is not competent to perform in the effective manner the right risk assessment. Okay, and now whenever we'll think about this risk assessment, that auditor don't have the thorough knowledge at the ground level about the GST. How many of them are thoroughly understood that what is the relationship between the GSTR1, how GSTR1 transform effectively into the GSTR2A, Then internally, what about the role of CGA, IGST, SGST, okay. Then what about here? Now here we are looking for the machine, means whenever we'll think about the real automation, parallel to the human being, we want to train, we want to design or develop the machine which can not only perform the task which the human being is doing. Now, here again and again, if I'm using the term human being, then all of you would agree with me that the attraction of each and every human being is LUR, that is learning, understanding and reasoning. Okay. Now, at this moment, now initially when you ask me the query, so at that time I listen your query because your query was the problem set. I listen that query, that is the data recording. Okay, now when I perform the data recording, afterwards I understood, and as per my understanding and whatever the prior knowledge I am having, and that prior knowledge basically in the form of the information which I already generated after processing the data which I recorded relevant to that particular business segment. Okay. I perform the reasoning, that is the analysis, and try to provide you the effective outcome, that is the response. Similarly, now from the auditor point of view, whether it is the internal audit, whether it is a bank audit, whether it is a stock audit, okay, whether it is the IS audit, okay. Now what about here? The manner in which, because under the current scenario, business organizations are working under the dynamic environment. Almost daily basis, they are performing changes into their business model. And whenever they are performing changes into their business model to play the game changer role, same as from the auditor point of view.
Right. Thank you very much, Kapil sir. I would like to ask you another question, sir. When he said that there can be an option to design a particular software which can be your version 2.0, as you said earlier, what, as per you, is a particular preference in terms of a practicing CA, for example? Should they begin with something which is a large language model like GPT-4 or Gemini, or should they go for something customized as per their package or ERP or something like that?
See, let's not compare ERP with AI tools. ERP is just a process model, and this is an replacement of certain processes. Actually, you can say that AI. So I'll put in this manner that as a professional, rather than looking forward for 3 year, 5 year, 10 years down the line perception, you should look forward for what are your immediate needs. What are the tools and techniques which can immediately serve your purpose.
Right.
So if you are able to state that these are my problem statements of today's work, then what can be done is that similarly placed AI tools can be given to you for supporting you. This will make the technology acceptance much bigger. Otherwise, what will happen is that if I'll directly go and teach you the Python language, or maybe some of the other real-time big size of data like yottabyte size of data, and I want you to go for data analytics, it's practically impossible for you to digest that.
Right.
So that will create the resistance. So to avoid the resistance, the immediate is what is your problem statement for today and what are my solution statement for you. If you are able to map this out, I think acceptance will be an inherent acceptance rather than an enforced acceptance on you.
Right.
And then gradually, as you work further, once you discover that, okay, these tools are sufficient enough to doing X work, but I need X++, then by default, you will adapt yourself to go with new tools. So it has to be a, learning curve, which should go in such a manner that starting from basics and by gradual your needs will evolve, your requirements will evolve, and you will evolve with the acceptance of AI tools also.
Right. Thank you, sir. And I think before concluding, I would like to ask all three of you chartered accountants a common question. As sir said that there can be specified tools and there can be general tools. Now, if we are looking for AI as an assistant rather than a replacement, the question arises here is, what about auditing the AI? Is it important security-wise, confidentiality-wise, and integrity-wise?
Yeah.
Sir,
So it's a very good question. See, the point is that when auditors are going to use AI tools for their audit documentation, it has to comply with the code of conduct, the applicable regulation. So whatever AI tools will be used, it has to be certified for data privacy, that the data that is made available to AI tool will not be misused, and there has to be a it is a learning process, but there has to be a client-specific approval. So going ahead, as I understand that whatever audit tools auditors are going to use, probably auditors are going to take a confirmation or an approval from their clients that their data will be processed on this tool and that tool will be certified for data privacy, data secrecy, because this is an inherent risk that is built into any processes where data is being shared. So that has to be built into the process, and once that is there, then I feel that the auditor, auditee and all stakeholders will gain trust in the AI process, and its usage is going to increase manifold in given period of time. Thank you.
See, actually, we are talking about security.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah, but it is much more than that, I can say. If you audit a AI tool, it is much more than that.
Yeah.
Even the algorithm developed, the integrity of the algorithm, okay, that decides about the process integrity, and the data, ultimately data integrity will get corrupted. You know? It is not going to be very easy to audit such tools. I have seen in Google Analytics and all those things.
Right.
What is happening is they are saying that it is suggesting you go for it. But why it is suggesting? You don't know. You are relying on some algorithm which you don't know. So auditing should be from that perspective, which area will be a very better opportunity for chartered accountants, because we are functional experts. Definitely it is going to be a very good area of opening for us to analyze a tool or design or go as a business analyst for designing AI tools.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Sir.
As we know that auditor basically play the role of a mediator or aggregator between G and M. G means that is the governing body where all the regulators, whether it is RBI, whether it is CCI, whether it is IRDA, whether it is even now there is one more G onto the right hand side nowadays, which is the major concern for each and every auditor, that is a NEFRA, as well as after the NEFRA, CAG would also be there, because they review the performance of each and every audit. And auditor is always the third party with respect to any business organization, all the organizations having the internal auditor, but then also it is, we always give the weightage to the external audit. Okay, an auditor always deal with the management. Now what about here? Organization having the capacity to acquire, just like the organization before 2 decades, they acquire the different type of the ERPs. Like if we'll consider the case of the banking, then RBI never interfere into the decision making process of any banking organization, whether they should use Finacle or whether they going to use TCS Bank or whether they going to use the FlexCube. This is the choice of a particular bank. But that ERP, that CBS system should be strictly according to the policy framework which is designed, developed by the RBI. And whenever the auditor perform the bank audit, now auditor first of all must to educate himself or herself about the guidelines, about the standard, about the policy, about the procedure defined by the RBI, as well as whatever the different type of the controls already defined by the regulator, that whether that CBS is strictly following or not. Similarly, if we'll consider the case of the AI. Now, if organization design or develop, because AI mainly we use to enhance or improve the productivity. AI, even many times people are puzzled. Organization already having the ERP, and ERP is basically the database. Now, over this database, we're going to implement the AI. And through AI, want to enhance or improve the productivity, efficiency, as well as to enhance or improve the effectiveness. Now, whenever I use the term productivity, so we concern about 3 parameters, that is Q, C and T. That is quality, cost and time. And here we give the maximum weightage to the quality.
Right.
So through AI, objective is to enhance or improve the quality. Okay, quality with respect to the end user. End user, that is the customer, that is the client, which is the major stakeholder, and each and every organization, they honestly accepted from last more than 1.5 decades that market is 100% buyer oriented. So this customer satisfaction, and to retain this, here customer is always not only satisfied, only just getting the solution, but customer is concerned about with the efficiency, how quickly he or she is getting the response, as well as that response should be free of bugs, defects and error. And here, the AI would going to be the game changer, and again, without the brain of the chartered accountant, we unable to design, develop any framework with respect to any AI system. Just like, according to me, the manner in which many chartered accountants at this moment are playing the key role as a ERP consultant. In upcoming days, this is my forecast. If this would be that many chartered accountants going to highlight that they're going to play the key role as a AI consultant. Because without brain of the consultant, no organization would be into the position to decide that which AI tool or technology would be appropriate as per their business need, as per their business requirement. Because the need requirement of SBI is not equal to the need requirement of HDFC. For time being, if we'll consider, like HDFC, till 30th June 2023, HDFC was running two different verticals, HDFC Bank and Housing Development Finance Corporation. And since 1st of July 2023, when HDFC top level management, their governing body, decided to merge, their business model is totally changed. So whatever the tools and the technology they were using before merging and after merging. So even this is a continuous process, because at this moment, the manner in which organizations are performing the merging, demerging, as well as the joint venture. So without brain of a chartered accountant, it won't be possible, according to me.
Thank you, sir. I believe this was a very insightful session with all of us. And just to conclude, I would rather just give the concluding remark that with the right tool for the right purpose, I think AI can create a beautiful ecosystem which will enhance the quality of our work as professionals, right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.